Good day, gamers! How's it going? Welcome to another episode of ReInstall, brought to you by GamingEnthusiast.net. It's been quite a while since the last episode, so let's waste no time and jump right into it. The last episode have featured two arcade racers, which are known for their insane, yet still very fun gameplay, BurnOut Paradise and Hydro Thunder. Both these games excel in the department of fun factor, despite the fact that they're both pretty unrealistic. But if you thought those games went off the deep end, you better sit down for this one. Today's title is Disney's SplitSecond. Developed by BlackRock Studio back in 2010, this over-the-top action racer is the youngest game that we've featured so far, coming in with an age of only 5 years. While it's still a fairly recent title, the fact of the matter is it's still a half a decade old. So then, how does its madness hold up today? Let's find out.
Races live in 3, 2, 1.
Just like the BurnOut series and even Hydro Thunder, SplitSecond focuses more on the wild and crazy side of racing. The difference here is that SplitSecond pushes the envelope just a little bit further. How so? Well, how does the indestructible environment sound? Like a Hot Wheels toy set come to life, SplitSecond takes place in realistic locales but with an insane twist. There are explosives everywhere. The plot behind SplitSecond is that it's actually a fictional reality TV show in which players race for money and glory. While driving skills are definitely a factor of success, what really matters is how well you manage your power plays. Power plays are special instances where a racer can trigger an explosive event that hinders the other drivers. This can range from something simple like a gas station exploding to something extreme like an air traffic control tower hurtling down onto the track. These triggers are littered all over each track from start to finish, making for a heart-pumping charge to the finish line each and every time. Power plays have two levels, simple and extreme. Which you can use is dependent on how full the power play gauge is. The gauge is separated into 3 bars. The first two, which are colored blue, indicate a simple trigger, while the final red colored one indicates an extreme trigger is available. Red triggers are positioned at special points in each track, which make for an exciting spectacle. The gauge is filled up by means of avoiding obstacles, drifting, and taking out other drivers. SplitSecond also features multiple game modes aside from the traditional lap races. There's also elimination matches and special events like avoiding explosive barrels dropped by an 18-wheeler. The variety of different events make for a nice mixture that's bound to keep you entertained for a good while. Winning an event is crucial to progressing in the game. The position you place at the end of each event determines how much credits you gain. The more credits you obtain, the further you're able to go. Now, let's talk about the most important factor, the cars. All of the cars featured in the game are completely fictional, with designs that barely resemble any real-world vehicles. Each car has different stats which can be altered. The only thing you can customize is its appearance, which involves the color and decals. This means that it's pretty important to always score high in order to unlock better cars. Some cars are faster, while others handle better. And then there are those that can take a heavier beating. It's up to you to decide which vehicle resonates with your style the best. In the end, these vehicles don't have any memorable designs, but that doesn't make blowing them up any less fun. One thing to note is that while the destructible environments are exciting and gorgeous, the cars surprisingly lack the same amount of detail. When they're destroyed, it's simply a matter of little bits and pieces flying off and a charred metal body remaining. This is miles behind BurnOut Paradise's crash scenes, where you can see the actual body of each car crunch and mash in specific areas. While it's a disappointing oversight, at least the explosions are still amazing. Focusing on presentation, SplitSecond is a mixed bag. The game's visuals are loud and gritty, as you'd expect them to be. While certain lighting effects and definitely the special effects are impressive, once again, the cars seem to lack the same amount of detail. The sound work is also pretty lax at best. The music is generic and unmemorable, and the engines of the cars are pretty soft and almost unnoticeable. While this isn't really a huge problem, it's still an important point to bring up and can be taken as a con. In the end, how fun is SplitSecond? To put it simply, a lot. The game's design is fairly simple and straightforward, making it easy for anyone to pick up. The real challenge comes in with its difficulty factor. Things do get challenging, and while this may frustrate some, it's still a pretty good dose of fun. The constantly occurring explosions are stunning. This is no surprise as it's the main highlight of the game. Where things really flop is the lackluster car designs and sound work. While this doesn't make the game bad, it does stop it from being a truly amazing title. In the end, it's just simple, destructive fun through and through. As for the game's legacy, things didn't bode well. A sequel was in the works, however Disney downsized BlackRock Studios' workforce, thus causing the project to be cancelled entirely. Seeing that it's been over 5 years since Split Second's release, we may never see it rise again. Even so, the fact of the matter remains, it's a solid batch of insane fun. Alright guys, that brings an end to yet another episode of ReInstall. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to check out the rest of the series as well as the wide array of other content we have here on the channel, and of course, on the website at gamingenthusiast.net. Also make sure to check out our sister sites at Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox Enthusiast. Nintendo and PlayStation Enthusiasts even have their own YouTube channels, so make sure to look them up as well. Finally, you can also browse through my own YouTube channel at Extreme Azure. Until next time guys, hope you have a good one, and of course, keep on gaming!